and do it fast. It's time for the Evercast. Are you ready to greet Ed, Rich, Crow, and Pete as they talk Evercade? Good times will never fade. Put away the switchblade, sheath the sword of Vienna. Stop the blaster master, there's no enemy below as we dip into euphoria. Turn on, tune in, and do it fast. It's time for the Evercast.
Yo.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Evercast, your weekly dose of Evercade goodness. I'm one of your hosts, Rich. We got Ed. No,
that's not Ed.
That's not Ed.
Well, we're 100%. We're 100%. Ed.
You take that back right now, Rich.
We're 100% Ed free today.
We are. There's no Ed.
Free. Everything has to go. We're selling everything. You guys, we're selling everything. This is the OG crew. If we just get rid of Crow for 2 seconds,
that's right.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm not here.
I'm a bird. There we go. So we got Pete.
Yo, hey everyone.
And we got Crow. He's a bird.
Yeah, I'm a bird.
What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, it's a holiday for you guys this weekend, yeah?
Yeah, it's
that's right. Long weekend,
yeah.
3-day weekend.
Yeah, I wasn't here last week, and I completely forgot to tell the guys that I wasn't here because it was our long weekend in Canada last week.
Yeah.
Gone. Well, I've gone every year for that weekend on vacation.
Didn't you post that you weren't going to be on, or I knew beforehand you weren't going to be on somehow?
I can't.
Yeah, there might have been something.
Oh yeah, this is your Memorial weekend, so this is the weekend that this is the weekend barbecue season kicks off in the States, I guess.
Well, it never ends for me. I'll barbecue in the snow. I don't care.
Nice. Yeah, this is typically people like uncover pools and they start the grilling and all that kind of stuff. We've got some activities with the fam, hanging out with various friends and family over the weekend. I'm going to a baseball game today.
The Mets?
Yeah.
Hopefully Juan Soto does stuff for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, we paid him a lot of money to do stuff, so hopefully he will.
As much as I know about baseball, ever since like the Expos left, I don't like. And Rich knows how much I love Gary Carter. Rich actually sent me Gary Carter baseball cards. What, 5 years ago? Rich?
That's right. Yeah.
You should go see You should see a game from the Savannah Bananas.
What?
Oh yes.
What?
Yeah. It's a real team, but they don't play baseball. They play banana ball.
Yes. Yeah, I've seen videos about those guys.
Yep.
Yeah. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. But yeah. So speaking of Carter, I'm gonna wear my Carter jersey.
Yeah, I've got his Hall of Fame jersey. It's not his Hall of Fame jersey. It's his Expos jersey because he went into Hall of Fame with a Mets hat, right?
Yeah.
Because he won the World Series with the Mets. But I have his Gary Carter official. It's called his Hall of Fame jersey because it was issued the year he went into the Hall of Fame. So it's the full official jersey from the Montreal Expos.
Oh, that's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Neat. So, yeah, they're playing the Dodgers tonight, so we'll see what happens. We're playing the Dodgers yesterday at home, and it had a rain delay, and I don't know what happened to the game because
man, Ed would hate this conversation, right?
Oh yeah, no, it's a rail immediately.
Rich, you and I we keep saying we haven't said it in a while though. We need to do a sports show.
Yeah, we do. Just to chill and talk about random sports things.
Because Rich and I Rich, you're not a hockey fan though, right?
I'm getting sort of into it. Gunsy20, friend of the channel, and my cohort at work. He's super into hockey.
Would you be a Devils fan or Flyers fan? I
don't know. Well, so I mean, I could be a New York fan.
Yeah, but you're closer to you're in New Jersey, right? So you're.
Yeah, well, I'm in Devil's country now.
Oh yeah, you're in Devil's country.
There's just there's no way. Are
you in South Jersey or North Jersey? I can't remember. South Jersey, right?
Like right in the center.
Oh, middle. Okay.
The dead ribbon of the state, and I live in the county that is in the shape of the state, which is weird.
That is weird.
But yeah, so yeah, I don't know. It would probably be Devils, but I don't know. Like I said, my buddy at work. Kev, he's a huge Rangers fan, so I get all the Rangers news, and it's like, all right, well,
yeah,
it's cool. But anyway, we gotta say hi to some people though, because that's what we do on the live show. We got to say hi to Genejoke. What's going on?
Gene.
What on, Jim? What's going on? GGC. We got Ballistic Coffee Boy here. What's going on?
Yeah.
We got Dave D. Hello. These are all channel members for Ed's channel. This is pretty awesome. You got DF, also GTC in the house. What's going on? Yorgo, hello. Good morning. And that guy, Ever Canadian, he said hello. He's also a member of the GTC, which is great. Spins88 says hello. Archive Gig says hello. Disco says hello. I got to turn that off. Dan Nastic.
What is that?
Yeah, what was that? It seemed to distort the sound for a second.
It was my work phone.
Oh,
I have the Mario coin ring when I get a text message. So, and then what do we got here? We got Crypto Coffee talking about Godzilla Pinball, saying hello. Mike, he's here. And I think we got Rick B and Wayne Templar. We caught up. So, and then Mike's talking about Gary Carter when he was an Expo, honored as a Mets by holding up a cap. Nice. All Expos had numbers.
Yeah, but usually, Mike, they say the cap is what the player wanted usually, or it's weird because sometimes the players don't get a choice in what hat they wear, right? It's the Hall of Fame makes that choice. I'm not sure baseball. It's so weird. Baseball's got way too many stupid rules around the Hall of Fame. Like that's and who votes for them and stuff like that. Either way, Gary Carter, one of the greatest Expo in my opinion. Gary Carter's up there with like a lot of the legends like Tim Raines and Wallach and oh my God, Andre Dawson. Oh my God.
Yeah.
All the cokeheads from the 80s were on the Expos too.
Yep.
And eventually the Mets.
Oh, of course, yeah. It was right after. It was right after 86. They all like went their separate ways with there was the drugs and the weird stuff.
They all end up with the Mets.
And they all left.
Oh my God.
I was a sad kid. Yeah.
But yeah, my love of baseball died the year Montreal moved. Like that.
Yeah.
That the year they canceled the season and and then Montreal moved. My love of baseball just died right after that. I don't really follow it anymore.
Yeah. And for me, I just I've come back because the Mets seem to be really, really endeavored to do something in the postseason. Yeah. And they've chipped their way in, but they just haven't gotten that gold yet. We'll see what happens. So Genejoke says, are you going to talk about Ed's showcase predictions?
Well, you would assume, Gene, that we watched Ed's video, which
was it 2 minutes 11 seconds or something like that?
I don't watch.
Wait a minute, was that really short?
Yes. Yeah. I should bring it up.
Yeah,
prediction is
let's do a live reaction.
Let's do a live reaction to Ed's video.
My prediction is that whatever he predicted, whatever it is that they announce, he's not going to be happy about. That's my prediction.
All right, so let's do it.
Gene, that's the stupidest comment you've ever made, man. We love you. That was like the stupidest thing. An assumption the three of us watched this video.
Did he actually say that? No, he couldn't.
Right, so we got to go to videos.
And I'm wondering why I'm kind of swished in. Why is
because you have the worst computer setup.
No, my OBS is fine. It's just, and this is the same.
Your aspect ratio is a little weird.
Sure.
Yeah, I know, and I don't know why. Because
you probably did something. This has been 5 years of you fiddling with this setting.
I got a new camera, but that shouldn't be affected by OBS. Like OBS looks fine, and now I'm being squished on streams.
StreamYard. Yeah. Me and Rich have the same camera. We've had the exact same, just 1080p Logitech. We've had the same camera forever.
That's it. That's all you need.
Yeah.
I'm doing 1080p out of this camera. So I don't know why StreamYard has squished me like this.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's making sure.
All I can say,
it's adjusting. It's just adjusting the screen for
global hyper meganet.
Rich, all we can say, it's Crow. It's definitely your fault.
All right.
No, it's Ed's fault. It's Ed's fault. He can't defend himself. It's his fault.
That's right. So let's all right, let's see here.
Jeez, Mike goes for the Mets and the Jets. We. You're same as Rich.
That's right. All right, so let's incoming videos. Evercade.
Yeah, we gotta watch it. We'll do a live reaction to Ed's craziness.
Yeah, so we're gonna live predict that. All right, there we go. That's better.
I'm Warren Davis, and you're watching the Evercade Effect.
Thanks, Warren.
Oh yeah, this is Ed from the Evercade Effect, and today we're gonna go over the Evercade Showcase 4 predictions.
He's
It's the
wearing
5th year anniversary.
Sure.
I can tell you 100% for a fact. I have the scoop. You're gonna hear it first. I just had to get this quick video out. This is breaking news. All right, let's start with number 5. We've got Neo Geo Arcade 2 because Blaze has invested a lot of time and money and effort in the Alpha series.
How does he know that?
I've already, announced Neo Geo Arcade 1. So it
just
really makes sense that we'd have, Neo Geo, Arcade 2. All right, so now number 4 is going to be C64 Collection 4. Of course, that makes perfect sense. We're going to see blue carts and nothing but blue carts, but I can promise you and guarantee you that number 3
is
this
April
very
1st?
We have C64 Collection 5. Of course, we need more blue carts. They're my favorite collection. We don't have enough. I
just lost it.
Number 2.
He went from one end to the complete opposite. He went from what he really wanted to what he really didn't want in the span of one ranking.
Somebody has to put this in, first of all, has lost his mind.
It's the greatest. This is the greatest.
Oh, this is great. Okay, I'll press play.
Yeah.
It's gonna be different. It's gonna be different.
What? Where's his voice gone? Oh my God, we gotta listen to that.
I have enough. Number 2. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be different. What is it? It's C64 Collection 6. It's 6. We're getting blue cards. We're only getting blue cards.
He really doesn't know.
You know what?
No, he has
Number 1.
no.
It's gotta be different. It's gotta be different. I promise it's different. Number 1. C64 Collection.
Somebody must check his meds.
We're just getting blue cards. We're getting nothing else. That's what we're getting, everybody. I wish this was something different. Oh my God, thanks for watching.
If
he doesn't want those, okay. Say, for example,
I'm glad I didn't watch it first. What is wrong with him?
It was great.
It's the first thing was what he wanted, and then everything else what he didn't want.
Did he get? Hopefully, he get lots of views on it because it is pretty funny, actually.
No, it is pretty hilarious. Let's see what
I'm curious what they said about this on Discord.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, man.
How did Discord react to it?
That's what I'm looking up now because I haven't been on the Discord.
Oh, you know what? I did put a comment on it, but I didn't watch it.
Yes.
I did say I predict the Evercade EXP-RR Plus XL HD 2.0. Good job. I'll give him a thumbs up. That was a good video, Ed.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good time. I mean, I'm glad we.
I mean, at least
we had him here in
3
spirit
minutes
to do the predictions, which is pretty good.
So Ed predicts nothing but blue cards. So when did they announce this? I guess we should start talking about it. When did they announce the showcase stuff?
It had to be sometime this week, within the last week.
May 22nd, 2025 was the official posting on X.
Oh, okay.
That's why I didn't care that much. That was the day I got the pinball machine.
Yep. So it says, "Hey, it's our 5th anniversary. Join us next week. We get to show more great announcements in the Evercade Showcase. It's Volume 4. Of course, it's the 5th anniversary showcase. So I'm expecting different things. So like uncommon things. Sure, there'll be collections.
Yeah.
Sure, there'll be like new games, new features. Like they're gonna say something about because that's what the showcase when they do like an annual one, it's like here's some games, here's some cool things we did in the Evercade ecosystem, like life improvements, like that kind of thing. And then there's a thing. There's like the surprise.
Well, they're gonna spend at least 4 or 5 minutes talking about the last 5 years. They'll do a complete recap of their journey. So that's going to be a part of the video, right? How long? Probably going to be 30% of the videos them talking about what they've achieved over the last 5 years. So I expect that. I don't know, but how do you feel their last showcase went from an impact standpoint?
I I think it was all right. You know, because it was the first the people that were looking for like the Neo Geo stuff. They came in and they got some. You know, there's two Neo Geo related carts plus the Super Pocket. So you know that would satiate me as a Neo Geo fan. Be like, oh, all right, well they're taking this seriously, so maybe we'll see some more in the new one. Yeah, like this showcase probably there's going to be no more Neo Geo, this for sure, because you know it's a 2-year deal, right? So they're gonna have to show something.
Yeah,
you know,
like,
at least another cart. You know,
like chat. Let us know what you think of their last showcase, because I think it was kind of mid. I had to find a way to use that word mid. I don't really know.
I would use the word I would use the word overhyped, and not overhyped by Evercade, but overhyped by everybody else.
Yeah, I'd say it was just average, I guess, I would think, for the last showcase. So this one here, I don't really have any big hype going into at all. Like, I think it's going to be probably average again. It all depends, right? Like, what's their focus? The focus is probably, like I said, talking about their past 5 years, and then to your point, Rich, maybe announcing a new cart or a new feature or something like that, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. I think, you know, like I was saying before, I think you're right. They're going to start off by doing the highlight, like a big rollback, right, from the beginning to now, just celebrating the history. They'll probably have like some influencers and stuff like that, and maybe some shots of like community stuff, like from us and from the the Evercade guys over UK. Maybe talking about like the communities on Facebook and stuff like that, and you'd be like, hey, we actually have a community, and you know, like they helped us build this thing and whatever, and isn't this cool stuff? Now let's talk about some game history or whatever. We've got all these awesome licenses. Oh, by the way, here's a cart. And then we also have had like really like strong history as far as building features and ecosystem into the Evercade. Here's a new feature or whatever. And then, this is all building up to what we're doing next. And then it's like, I think this one, like I teased it in my predictions. I think this one is, they're going to tease like a new generation of hardware, but they're not going to put it out this year, but they'll tease it, like kind of like a Nintendo. They'll pull a Nintendo, a Sega, or not a Sega, but a Nintendo, a Genesis or whatever, Xbox, Sony kind of thing, and just be like, here's a 3D rendering model of a new thing. We'll talk about it next year. Boom. And then, so that way, bigger outlets pick that up and go, oh, well, they're going to do something cool next year for, the new wave of retro. What does that be? What could it be? Whatever. And that'll speculate around and whatever. And then they end the year with a strong slate of carts. That goes throughout the year. We get like I said, we get our Super Pocket. We get the new colors of the VS and the EXP that they already announced. But the only other thing though is, I want it because I don't have it, but I really think at the 5-year mark, I would love it if they made like a head, like a head nod to the OG handheld, and they put out the black one for like 2,000 units, and it's just it's just the OG handheld, but they put it out one more time as like a swan song, and then that's it for the people that miss it.
I don't know about that. I mean, why would anybody want the original over the XP?
Because I don't have one.
Rich just wants it.
I just want it. That's it.
Well, you could go on eBay. Maybe somebody's selling one.
Yeah. Every once in a while, someone does sell one, and it goes for like really. That's actually a pretty decently priced piece of hardware. Even though it's the OG.
It was only like a pre-order. It was a pre-order one. It was like $59 or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I missed
but
it.
One thing they should probably mention in the showcase is when we'd actually be able to order this stuff in the United States, because if they're not going to address that doesn't matter what they show. What good is any of it if we can't get it?
Well, you can still order from Funstock though, right?
No, right?
No, not right now.
What?
So,
Canadians can't order from Funstock?
Canadians
Canadians can.
Yeah.
Canadians can.
Why can't Americans?
You're a Canadian.
Did I miss something?
So yeah, they announced something. They had announced,
I'm reading it now. Wow.
Yeah, and it was unfortunate, but yeah, that.
And besides, who would order on Funstock anyway with the Peggy logos you'd get?
Well, hey, if you need the shit, you got to. Oh yeah, so it's like we're continuously monitoring the situation. We're taking notice to all customers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, shoot. All right, you guys probably discussed that to death. So.
No, it might have came up. I don't think we discussed it to death.
Oh. Gene says that the OS is coming before the showcase, so like an update was coming before then.
Oh yeah, blame Canada. Why? What Canada do?
No, it's the South Park movie reference. You know.
Oh yeah, it's probably our fault though.
Yeah, so I mean, you're right though. As far as U.S. fans are concerned, if they're gonna announce a whole bunch of stuff and they don't announce a way for you to buy them, then yeah, what's the point of announcing it?
Amazon still has it though, right?
What's up?
What's this?
Does Amazon still have it?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. So like you can get older stuff, but new stock and pre-orders and stuff, they're not available in the US.
Yeah, it's just whatever they have already. Yeah.
Oh, cool. They have said that news on distribution for the US is coming before the showcase. Sweet.
Oh, okay.
Genejoke is he's on the beat. He's the Evercade news guy. That's awesome though. Like I just hope that the result is, at least for Funstock, because everyone's going to make their own decisions, but at least for Funstock, because that's like the Blaze official channel, that they just go, we're going back to normal, order your stuff from the US, and then that's it. You know, like, or if there is some kind of surcharge, you know, if you're ordering from the US, it's going to be whatever the reciprocal tariff is. I think it's 10% extra or something like that. You know, and we'll just have to add 10% to your order because that's what you're gonna have to pay the duty. And I'm like, whatever, I don't care. I'm gonna just let me hit the button, because that was my argument before. Like, don't take the choice for me to not get the stuff at all. Allow me to pay extra money if I need to in order to get the product. So, but yeah. I don't think that's the case. I don't want to be like, they're like, you know what? We just don't want to sell to you guys in the US anymore. I don't know about that. So
you don't understand what you only complain about the stuff that we put out that is nostalgic to the people in the UK. You should. Yeah, we're not going to give it to you no more.
Ephesians, currently you can't create an order right now on funstock.co.uk for anything and have it shipped to the US. They just won't do it. But like Gene was saying, that there's going to be some kind of resolution coming before the showcase, which means this week is going to be a whole bunch of news. So, if for all of us in these channels here, including Ed, that is covering this stuff, if you want some news to that effect, then you should probably keep an eye out on our channels, because I'll do a news line as soon as I hear about.
When is the showcase on Thursday?
It's Thursday at 3
noon
p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific, and then 8 p.m. UK time. So it's like prime time. It's like a prime time showcase for
lunchtime on Thursday.
That's interesting. I mean, to have it at 3 is awesome, because like it's just towards the end of my day, so I can watch it during the last part of my shift and then do the reaction right after it as soon as my shift ends, which is great. So I will do that, by the way, which is great. VGPs, can they still carry Evercade? I think so. I don't know. I mean, they haven't said officially that they're not going to, but they pulled down their stuff because of all that stuff happening.
Yeah. So. You can't order anything Evercade from them now.
He's in session. Yeah, he's doing family stuff. But yeah, you can't order from them right now. I think there's 2 other retailers though that did the same thing. Was it Songbird and I think Songbird and what was the other bigger?
Yeah,
Castlemania, right? I think Castlemania took a break on Evercade too because they were trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah. But and they did say they had that new thing for Europe, but I think maybe they were just waiting for details to say that same partner that they just got, they put their news out a couple days ago, I think that same distributor is going to wind up being, for US and Canada, and that'll probably fix it. But who knows? We won't know until they say. So, that's where we're at for that. So, but as far as other general predictions, anyone want to put out like a wild one? Just like a absolutely out of control, never going to happen one?
What, you mean like we're going to get a Super Mario Brothers collection?
Yeah, something to that effect. I mean, like I said, it's a 5-year anniversary.
Games. They've got Sierra Online games. Yeah, so anything Microsoft owns, they have now on Game Pass.
Nice. Well, then that'd be kind of cool. If they're throwing that out there, why not?
There
I
we
mean,
go.
it's on Game Pass, so you could
Did
probably.
we get the
throw
Gremlin 2
on there.
collection yet?
I'm sorry. What was that, Pete?
Do we have the Gremlin 2 collection yet?
No,
We don't have it
think so.
physically now.
It's available. You can order it on Amazon. Just let you know, you can pre-order it on Amazon.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's weird.
I have my pre-order on. That was the last one because it was.
Yes.
It's Gremlin 2 and Windjammers, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I have that because they put out that and the Super Pocket, and I made the mistake of ordering all of them at once again.
Well,
I don't know why I
I
did
did
that.
too, but I didn't care when I aren't they all coming out at the same time or no?
Yeah, it's all supposed to be next month, this June.
Okay.
So if I go back to Funstock, let's see. Yeah, Windjammers Gremlin 2. Yep, Neo Geo Pockets. While stock lasts. What does that mean?
until they sell out.
Yeah, I guess so. But it's just like that's like for the regular edition Super Pockets. They sold out of the special edition though.
Wouldn't they say that for like literally every product they put up there though?
Yeah, but it was just weird. It's like they didn't say that on any of the others. Here, I'll show you. They didn't say that on any of the others. Just this one page. And I was like, wait, why? What is it? Oh, it's not it. Yeah. So if we go to the main page. All right. So they didn't say anything about.
Yeah, I got this ordered through Funstock, but Gremlins 2 is available on Amazon right now if you want to pre-order it.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? If they announced like a delay or something like that, I might actually do that. Ooh, rare collection with Killer Instinct.
You can pre-order Windjammers is pre-ordered now on Amazon also.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, that's very cool.
It'll be estimated released on June 26th.
Was this the old? Is this the old update? Can you say this?
Yeah, Windjammers Karnov.
Yeah, it's still. Yeah,
That's how I ordered mine on Amazon.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then so the double pack. Oh wait, they put out a bundle.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I think you already got that, didn't you?
Yeah, you always buy the bundle.
Yeah,
Yeah, with the mug.
I think you already got that one. You
I'll
said
have
you
to-
got it when it first came out.
I did, but I thought. Well, let's see. Did I get confused? Order number. Oh, I did. I got it.
Must be,
I got the bundle.
in Amazon. It must only be available on Canada Amazon because I'm looking and I can't find Gremlin Collection 2 or Windjammers Collection for Evercade.
For the win,
Yeah. Yeah, so I got the bundle, and they might have to come back to me because it went over 100 something pounds, and they usually give you free shipping. So if there's going to be all sorts of crazy nonsense,
That's a pretty damn heavy package.
yeah, we're gonna have to. They'll be like, hey man, you need to give us more money, and I'm like, okay, it's fine. But yes, I did do the bundle, which is cool. That makes me happy because for a second there I thought that I didn't, because when I ordered it I was like, wait, why isn't there a bundle? There's always a bundle.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I think I put the other one that wasn't the bundle in the cart, and then I saw the bundle. I went back and canceled the other thing. So, but anyway, so that's pretty good.
So, Crow, what do you think is going to happen for the spotlight?
You say crazy things, okay? Only because it came up earlier this week. What if there was an Amico collection?
An who collection?
An Amico
The
collection.
Amico collection.
Oh, I don't think the games could run on the Evercade, the Amico.
Are you
right?
sure about that?
Well, they're on Steam.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're
because
Unity.
they'll run on Android.
Yeah, I guess they should be able to then. I don't know, but what games would it be? Like, aren't they all coming to Steam and Switch now?
I don't know
too?
what
Yeah, they're coming everywhere, man.
Evil Knievel, whatever. What else? I don't know.
bet you could get Evil Knievel to run.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
because
know.
it's an older title, so it's like you could get Evil Knievel to run. You might be able to get like I don't know about whatchamacallit, Rigid Force. I don't know if you could get that to run.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Well, anyway, but yeah, I mean, it was Evil. Maybe Finnegan Fox. You probably get that to run.
It all depends,
It's
right?
still like
Yeah.
every time I think that they're just like giving up, I see some announcement like it's still coming out.
Yeah,
It's 5 years
what are they
later.
doing?
well, the thing is, like
That's what I want to know.
everyone in like YouTube verse is all like, oh, they never did anything, and like in the real world, like these games, most of these games have been out on Android and iOS on Amico Home for over a year.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that are true. But they're said they're still making hardware. I'm just like, what are they making hardware wise?
Well, they're controllers. They want the controllers out, and that's that. I mean, that makes sense because I would play the wheels off those games with the controller because it was really cool when I got to hold it. It was fun.
Hey, good for them.
Yeah, man, it's cool. I still like playing it. You know,
Yeah.
I was playing the Steam version. I'm just disclosure. I'm on the testing squad.
Yeah.
And I was playing the Evil Knievel on Steam, and during testing, I played it so much I beat the game and got all the coins, and I was just went off on a tangent. I wound up finding a bug though. There was a
they're like
player positive bug I found.
they're releasing 3 of those games on there. On
For Switch, they are. It's
Yeah.
Cornhole, Evil Knievel, Finnegan Fox.
Right.
And then for Steam, it's just Evil Knievel and Finnegan Fox.
yeah, Cornhole doesn't make sense for Steam because you
Right,
need
there's
motion
no-
controls.
Yeah.
It's too bad, right? The whole thing's a mess, but
Yeah.
it's too bad that they never did the Cloudy Mountain game because apparently that was only a tech demo. It was never really close to being finished, right? I don't know if Rich, you know anything more about that because that's the game I would have bought. Like,
Yeah.
right away.
I know a little bit more about that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know exactly what can be said, but what
No,
I do know though, as far as the rights to those games go, Atari owns them now.
Oh,
So
they don't
because
have the rights to their Amico versions of the games.
they do.
No.
Yeah, so Amico Entertainment has the rights to every single one of those games to put them on Amico Home / the console, like period, done end of story. Like that never changed.
Right.
However, the current rights holders for whether or not they put the game on anything else, they can, and they can do whatever. They could put Cloudy Mountain and Night Stalker both on Steam tomorrow if they wanted. If they
because they already put out some on Steam, right? They put the bomb game out. They put a few out.
Bomberman, because that was BBG Entertainment or something like that. They did.
And they put
that
Shark out, I think. Didn't they put it?
They did.
Like,
Shark and Astro Smash are owned by BBG now. Whole cloth. They bought the IP direct from.
yeah, they put out Astro Smash on Steam.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Wait. Did they put Astro Smash on Steam?
Yeah, I played it on my Steam Deck. I have it on my
Okay.
Steam
Let me
Deck.
check. I wonder if I even knew about that.
They put Shark and that one. And what was the bomber one called again?
Dynablaster.
Dynablaster.
Yeah, they put out 3. I have all 3 on my Steam.
Yeah, I've got Dynablaster on the Atari VCS.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so
They're all like they're a little expensive though. $25 Canadian. I thought was a little bit much for those games, but
yeah,
Is
they're
it called-
$14.99 I think in the US. Most of those games.
yeah, in Canada they're $25.
I can't find Astro
Dynablaster is $25, and for Astro Smash is $20 Canadian.
Smash.
So put them on your wish list. I'm sure they'll go on sale. But I
okay.
played them all, and they all got good reviews, like mostly positive. So hey, man, like
Yeah.
they want to keep trucking away, man. Keep trucking away. It's just the only thing I wish is they would just be able to refund everybody who bought a pre-order. Like they never made good on that, right? Which sucks.
Yeah, and I think that's you hope for the like the splash of the sales, so that they can do just that, right? Like they get some of the income in and they just carve that off for the the customers that want their stuff.
I already played Finnegan Fox. I played Fox in the Forest. I found though Fox in the Forest a little tuned to challenging, like it wasn't really good balancing, so I lost my so if they fix that with Fox in the Forest and made it tuned appropriately, it'll be difficulty wise, it might be fun to try.
Well, Finnegan Fox is tuned down from the difficulty level from Fox and Forest.
Well, Fox and Forest is all over the place. Sometimes it would be easy, sometimes it would be hard. It made no sense.
Yeah, this one seems to be a lot more balanced. And I've played both versions. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But as far as the getting back to Cloudy Mountain Night Stalker, Digital Eclipse they were the guys that were making it.
But they can't release them, right?
They could now. They could release a version that wasn't on Amico Home today if they wanted to, because they could just release it on Atari VCS.
But they can
Atari technically owns the IP because they own Digital Eclipse.
Oh, so if Atari could finish both those games and release them as Night Stalker and Cloudy Mountain because they own the rights to Intellivision, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, Atari, get off your ass and do that, please.
Yep. Yeah, I would love it, man. Love it.
And then go to limited run games. Which is funny because they're doing the limited edition of my game. But
wait a minute, why are you telling people to go to limited run games?
Because limited run will do physical versions of them, and then a lot of stores sell limited run games, used versions, and then I go buy them from a used game store as opposed to.
That's funny.
That's how it worked. That's how I got the other Atari, Atari Classics. The Atari Renewed Recharge games.
Yeah.
They all came physical off of limited run games, but I bought them at a game store in Victoria for used for half the price.
That's wild.
Yeah, there's 3 collections. You haven't got those, Rich, on the Switch, or they're on PlayStation 2, but.
Oh, which one?
The Atari Recharge. They packaged
the Atari Recharge. I had the package collections 1 and 2.
I've got them all on. I've got them all on VCS. I don't know. I don't need them anywhere else. I mean, if I get them anywhere else, I'd get them on PlayStation because I want the trophies. But yeah, other than that, I'm okay. I might, you know what? I might do that because of trophies. So yeah, that's cool. Oh, nice.
Yeah. So there's the Atari Recharge 1 through 4. So they got you got Asteroids and Breakout.
Yeah.
You've got Black Widow and Centipede. These games are amazing.
Yeah.
Caverns of Mars and Yars.
Yeah.
And Gravitar and Missile Command.
Nice.
Did they put those two together because they run?
The actual proper Missile Command, the Missile Command 2.0. Remember, because there's 2 Missile Commands, right? It's the mobile version, and then they did a recharge version of it.
Yep. Did they put both versions on there?
Yeah. No, this one, I don't know. I haven't opened it.
Oh.
I like how they put Caverns and Mars and Yars together.
Yes. I think it's actually a good mix because it, because you can have the bigger titles. Asteroids is separated from Yars, which is separated from Missile Command. So if you want all 3 of those, you go the other way. Is Berserk on one of those?
Yes, the first one.
Oh, the first one, okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Getting back to Evercade, I just updated my VS. I don't know why it hasn't been updated.
Oh, there's a new update push for it?
No, I just updated it from I went to go see. I was like, oh, what was the highlight of the month on my VS here? Because I've been playing a lot at Studio B on the Duke VS. And I was just like, oh, Midnight Resistance is still on here. So I've played games, I just haven't updated it. So I was like, oh, let me
well,
update.
That's more than I have. I haven't played games on it.
Get the old towers. Yeah. What collection's in here? What do I got? Oh, I had Evercade. I had Xenocrisis and whatchamacallit, Tanglewood in there.
Yeah.
I just took that out.
So my prediction for the showcase is going to be hard. They have to release a hardware this year, some type of hardware. That's not a color.
Yes.
So I think it's somebody said a mouse earlier. I could see that coming, but I mean, like, I don't know if it's worth them producing a mouse because like 5% of the people might buy it, right? It's not like a mass.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't think they do controllers and that. It's not enough people will buy it, right?
Well, what they should do though is if they're going to release a mouse controller or something like that, they have to release a collection to go along with it.
Yeah, exactly, right. That's what I was going to say. They release it as part of a collection, but so I think they're going to make a new hardware set. So I think it's going to be something hardware related that everybody would want, as opposed to just a niche group.
Okay.
And I think it'll be mostly focused on what they've accomplished in 5 years, and that'll probably be 60% of it, to be honest with you. And the 40% will be just a few a Neo Geo kart collection, computer kart collection. I think they might do one of each, like an arcade and a console one. I think they'll do that, and that'll be the end of it. But it'll mostly be just them talking about how awesome the last 5 years have been, I think.
Yeah.
But here's what I think. If they're going to do a hardware, I would, instead of doing a mouse, because you could literally plug any USB mouse in there and it work, they should come out with a spinner controller and then release a collection of just spinner games to go along with it.
Like Polymega's doing with their new Atari module, right? It's all built into the controller.
That's right.
Which is interesting. But yeah, and I think, I think a new alpha will come out, which will suck because I think they're going to announce a new alpha, but I'm not buying it. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they do the AES Red Neo Geo one, I mean, that's it. I'm getting it.
Yeah, I definitely not.
If they did that, I'd have to sell the Mega Man one and get the Neo Geo one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only have one left now. Anyway, it's right there. My Mega Man one.
Nice. What happened to the other one? Did you sell it or?
It's currently in storage.
Oh, it's in storage. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah. I just don't. I just don't really want it.
Yeah.
I don't play the one I got. Like, I think if I have an Evercade regret, it's the alpha. Even though I wanted it so bad, I predicted it forever.
Yep.
I think I wanted it to be much bigger than what it was screen wise and stuff. I find that anyway. It's just I feel if it was like this big, would have been much better. But yeah, I just don't play it.
That
was the concern that I had about the alpha in general. Was like if I get one, like, am I actually going to sit down and play on it?
Yeah, I don't,
because I have all the other devices, right?
It's a trophy for my my shelf, and it's taking up too much space. So I don't play it nearly enough. I play my EXP and my VS is tons more than that.
Yeah. I mean, I know for a fact though, if I get, even though if it might be awesome in limited edition or whatever, if I get if they do it and I get the Neo Geo Alpha, I'm gonna put it in my school, and the kids will probably play it more than I will. Because we'll get kids down in the the downstairs gym, because we have like a video game mini arcade down there. I'll wind up putting it down there if I get it, because I want people to play on it, because and I will play on it at some, but it'd be more for them than it would be for me.
What's funny is you just triggered a memory I had from this last Christmas. I was at my sister's house for Christmas, and there was some kid, and I don't know who this kid was, but he was walking around literally to everybody. He's like, "Do you have any video games I can play? Do you have any video games I can play?"
Yep. That's every day. I get kids that walk into my office because we set up a library for like old consoles. And the kids are starting to like learn some like the old classics, Burnout Revenge, and some of the older sports games that actually had better engines and like that kind of stuff. So they'll wander into the office and be like, "Hey, where'd that copy of this go?" There's like a Naruto fighting game or something like that. It's like, "Hey, you got that?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know. I think the one teacher grabbed it or whatever." But when they get into the office, they see the studio in the back. And they're like, "Wait, we have all those?" And I'm like, "No, no, you can't have those." Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So, Phantom's like, "I do that at work." Do you have any video games to play?
Any video games I can play?
That's awesome. That's good. That's great.
Like he's talking to total strangers. Like, you don't know these people. Like, you have any video games I can play? Can I have your phone? I want to play some games on it. You know,
Yeah, right.
what games you got on your phone? I want to play. See, I'm not giving you my phone.
Yeah. All right. So Gene says, given the timing of the showcase, I think there'll be a new highlight of the month at the same time, which is plausible, and a new secret game. That we haven't had one in a while, right? Like a new
You mean
game,
a secret
like,
code or combination? Yeah.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm sick of putting mine in because I had to do firmware updates and it bricked my console a couple times and I had to redo everything through their settings. And I had to keep that's happened in the last couple of years. So I had to keep remembering to re-enter them. Now I just give up. I don't re-enter the safe games, the secret games anymore. I'm like, screw that. But yeah, I don't
do all the codes.
Maybe something feature-wise, maybe a secret game, maybe something feature-wise. Probably they might do. I think they. Do you think they feel pressure to make a splash on this one because it's their 5th year? Considering I don't know if their last one went over extremely as well as they thought it should have went.
Yeah, I really think that you're right over the target on that one because I 100% feel that it's a celebration, right? It's a milestone year.
Yeah,
it's 5 years. You know, like when some people were thinking you might not last 2, you know, and you're here at 5 years still going strong. Like come on, you got to splash out. You got to do some cool stuff.
Like when we started the podcast, it's like we were like just saying like how long can they survive? Like who's buying this stuff? Is it something that's going to be here? Is a flash in the pan? And I mean, 5 years is a long time surviving in this genre, right?
Yeah.
Well, let me ask this: what if they came out with like a sequel to the Evercade? And would they call it like the Evercade 2 or would they call it something else?
I would be all over that if they did something like that could place
because the thought occurred to me. It's like the Switch is coming out and yet Nintendo called it the Switch 2. Yeah. When in fact I think they should have called it the Super Switch.
Yes.
Yeah. They probably thought about it, right? I think Switch 2 makes more sense because of PlayStation.
And then after that, they should call the next one the Switch 64.
Yeah, but you know, the PlayStation set the rules with their naming convention, and they're the most dominant gaming company, right? So they set the rules with PlayStation 2, 3, 4, 5. They'll do the 6, I'm sure. It just makes sense. So
yeah.
And Xbox tried to do their own thing and completely messed that up.
Right.
Nintendo tried to do their own thing with the Wii and the Wii U.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's man, the branding would depend on what consoles it covers. That would be, I guess, kind of cool. Like Evercade, Evercade 7800.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess you could do that. Like, but if you wanted to do that, I guess you would have to. If you harken back to like one of the code names of one of the next generation up, right? Because I mean, you would want it to be. If there was a new piece of hardware, you'd probably want it to play like the next level of games, right? Like beyond PlayStation 1 and Nintendo 64, right? So you want it to get into like Saturn, Dreamcast, PlayStation 2, right? Mm-hmm. You know, or maybe even GameCube. So so then you would have to like find a cool code name for it, or just reference one of those systems. What was the code name for the PlayStation 2? Does anyone know that?
Wasn't it always just the PlayStation 2?
I mean, maybe, but like internally, there's always some kind of thing they call it, right? Because wasn't the GameCube called the Revolution?
No, it was the Dolphin. The Wii was the Revolution. GameCube was the Dolphin. That's why the emulator for the GameCube is the Dolphin emulator.
Got it. The Econe. Evercade 1, yeah.
Evercade 1. Yeah, after the first Evercade, the next one is the Evercade 1.
Yeah, yeah, right. Evercade 360 comes with
Everstation.
Instead of going forward, just start numbering them backwards. So the next one is the Evercade 0. Then the next one is the Evercade -1.
Well, they do the dashes. VS dash
free Godzilla figure.
Yeah, it comes with Godzilla.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. But
but this at the garbage store.
Oh, there you go. That's awesome. Yeah.
I went to look up to see how many more I could get like online, and they're like hard to find for a decent price even.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be like those would be the last ones that you could possibly do, though, right? You know, because once you go beyond PlayStation 2, Dreamcast, and Saturn, everything's online, and then you can't really emulate that.
Yeah, I don't think I think that's what.
I wouldn't put it past anybody. Right? You could. Somebody's bound to come up with private servers because they do that for multiplayer online games. You build up their own private server that you connect to that's not official at all. So I could kind of see somebody kind of doing that with something like the PlayStation 3 or something is sometime in the future.
But the thing is, I don't think you're bringing a good point. I think Evercade has reached its potential for what it wants, systems and generations it wants to emulate, because it can already do PlayStation 1 and 64.
Well, the thing
is,
they're going to come out with it.
So I mean, they're done really.
The Neo Geo I could emulate the Neo Geo stuff way back in the 90s.
That's what I mean. Though. Like I said, I don't think they'll ever go into the PS2 Xbox era. So I think they're pretty much done. So I don't think we'll ever get an Evercade 2, right?
The thing is, though, I think if they do an Evercade 2, it's not going to be because of hardware limitations. It's going to be because of feature limitations.
Yeah, exactly. Don't want to do features like a ecosystem and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't think that stuff might be possible on the current Evercade. They would kind of have to build new hardware to be able to, support all those features, I think.
What I would love them to do is start introducing Game Boy Advance games, Neo Geo Pockets and those types of games, because the GBA was great because it was out during the disc-based era, but their games were more traditional than where disc-based went 3D, the GBA went side-scrolling and stuff like that. So I'd like to see more GBA games. That would be awesome.
But it did have its fair share of 3D games on the GBA.
Yeah, but I mean, they were still I don't know. I just found sometimes when it was a game that was across 5 different platforms, the GBAs sometimes were the best ones during that era.
Yes.
Well, the real limitation with the GBA was the fact that it still only had 2 buttons.
No, 4. I had 4.
Oh, yeah, the shoulder buttons. I forgot, but it was I forgot it did have the shoulder buttons.
That would almost be hilarious, Phantom.
Evercade
CD, and then they just went the Polymega route.
Yeah,
but did it like that low cost?
Polymega has won that. Polymega just needs to get their pricing and production in line.
Right.
If they did do CDs, I wouldn't want to just see discs like what they're doing with the Polymega. I would want the mini discs and the caddy, kind of like the PSP UMDs. That way, it's going to reduce the likelihood you're going to scratch the disc.
That's a library that gets no love, is the PSP library, because of the media it was on. It would cool if Evercade could run PSP games.
Oh, that'd be awesome. There's tons of great games on there.
Because PSP was better quality than PlayStation 1, right? PSP was meant to be a PS2 Lite.
Correct.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is a lot of people were surprised when the PSP came out because it was better than PS1, and it was just slightly under PS2.
Yep.
And I would like the PSP as such a massive library, right? It sold 80 million units or 90 million units. So
tons of games.
Awesome to get some of those games on the Evercade. I don't think the Evercade could run it as is. I don't know. It can run PS1. I don't know if it can run PS2 because PS2 is tough to emulate, right?
I don't know about that. That's interesting. But it's the funny thing is people have already gone through the entire PSP library and taken those discs and reduced those files down as much as they possibly can into one single file for emulation.
Right. So I think licensing would be the issue with that one, because that you're talking about 20 years ago. So a lot of those companies still exist. So licensing should be more straightforward, but probably more expensive to license some of those games.
Yeah.
Because could you imagine getting a game like Luminous on the Evercade?
Oh my gosh, yeah. That was a great game. I don't really fall into those games, but I really like that. Or Patapon. I remember playing a lot of Patapon, which is weird because I think when the PSP launched, they only had about 10 games. So I had Patapon and Luminous, and I played the crap out of both those games.
It was funny. It was like when the PSP was coming out, I was like, I don't want the PSP. I don't want the PSP. The day after the PSP was released, I think maybe I want the PSP, and I ran out and bought one.
Oh yeah.
And then what was funny was I got it home and it had a whole bunch of dead pixels on it, and I had to send it back.
That was the issue with the PSP. It was dead pixels on launch. Yeah.
It was
But
a
yeah.
whole cluster in one area. It's like this
Yeah.
is not good. I
You
can't
could let
use
it go
this.
for one and get your wait for your return, but I had to return one of mine to EB Games. Oh, did you guys hear that electronic boutique GameStop has sold its Canadian operations, and a big entrepreneur in Quebec, Canada, bought GameStop and immediately rebranded it to EB Games again in Canada,
No way.
and it's keeping all the stores open and everything. So EB Games is now no longer associated with GameStop. It is
Interesting.
a solely owned company in Canada called EB Games.
Well, that's cool. Well, hopefully they'll do some cool things and like create some more competition in that space.
What the beauty is, they're honoring all of the points and all the stuff, edge cards and everything that GameStop. They're honoring all that kind of stuff.
That's very
The
cool.
thing is, there is no more GameStop in Canada. Everything will be rebranded back to where it should be, EB Games.
Nice.
by the end of the
EB
year.
Games is still Electronics Boutique, right? That's
Yeah.
what the EB stood.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's no
Just
longer
every time I hear
associated
it.
with GameStop. It's now a guy from Quebec who's I guess, a billionaire in retail. He's made his money in toys and stuff. Just bought the rights to all of it. Now it's keeping all the stores open. He said he may reopen new stores that were closed down.
Actually, you know what store I miss is Babbage's.
Oh yeah, yeah. We never had that in Canada.
Yeah, I never
love
heard
Babbage's.
of Babbage's.
Because we're talking about like back in the early 90s, it was like the video game store where they had the monitors in front of the store and you could watch like I just sit there and watch that like the whole day. Like
that's my retirement plan. I'm glad that EB Games is back because like when I'm done retirement, I'm just can I come work at EB Games? That's all I want to do is work in a low stress job.
That's awesome. Yeah,
I want to work in EB Games. Give me
cool.
$20 an hour. That's I think minimum wage, and I'll just do that.
Phantom, that was one of his first jobs. Was it? EB.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
EB was my store of choice. They had a GameStop and an EB at Bridgewater Commons Mall.
They only rebranded EB Games in Canada to GameStop like 3 years ago or 4 years ago. Now they're ripping it out. You're starting to see signs change and everything. They're just, we'll take this down and put this back up. And
yeah.
No, I'm loving it. It's pretty cool.
yeah, I remember like Babbage's though. It was like was watching the screen. It was like the first time I'd ever seen like an like a modern JRPG being played, like a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
And I'm and I was just like so curious. The guy would run up and hit the guy, and numbers would pop out of him. And I'd never seen anything like that before. I was like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah. Like for us, it was EB Games. Microplay was a bit here in Canada. Toys R Us was massive. That's where I bought, like in college, when I had money, I would buy all my games at Toys R Us. And Toys R Us was funny because you go there, you look at it, and then you had to bring it to the counter.
Yeah.
And they get it from a case.
Yeah.
I miss those days, but
tickets.
we never really wound up going to Toys R Us a whole lot because there really wasn't one close to us.
Yeah. I had to go on a bus for an hour in college. I had to go from where our college town, university town, was like a couple thousand people, and I had to go to a city of 100,000, and one big long bus for 45 minutes just to go to Toys R Us. And I'd get so pissed if I go in there and the game wasn't available.
Yeah,
Funny
spend
thing,
all your afternoon just to go.
But the bus ride was super cheap. It was like 75 cents. So it was,
but when I was in the military, I remember there was like Toys R Us that was pretty close. And I remember when I had the PlayStation, looking at the wall of the PlayStation games, and they're all just like the placards, and you flip it over to see what the back of the box is, and you pull the ticket, and then go check out, and then you'd wait at the cage waiting for them to pull your game.
yeah, I would like take if I buy a game. I can remember buying a game there, and they were expensive, right? They were like $100. I can remember getting Link to the Past in there, and it was $89 Canadian, so it came 90-something bucks, and that's a lot of money in the 90s, like early 90s, right? Like a lot of money. And I can remember on my bus ride home, there was traffic, so it was well over an hour. I'm reading the entire manual. I literally finished that game that weekend. Because I had completely immersed myself in everything I had to understand about Link to the Past, and I'm like,
Actually,
yeah, and it was like,
I
love that game.
I had bought most of my NES and Super Nintendo games used from Funko Land.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We didn't have, we used to have a lot of mom and pop stores, same as the US, that would rent games, and you go in, and I used to be able to and eventually in the 80s, I used to rent games. My dad used to, as a side business, used to rent movies. And he gave me enough money to buy an NES and the box that it came in for a rental box and a bunch of games. So I used to rent NES games while he used to rent movies. I was like flushing cash the last part of the 80s because I was like rent a console for $20 for 24 hours and a game for $3. Man, I had tons of money.
When you rented the console, didn't you have to put a deposit down?
No, because it was in our village, so I knew everybody. If they if they damaged it, I would go beat them up, or I get somebody to go beat them up, or I get the money. Because most of them were like family, and people were really respectful of that stuff. Like, because if they spilled something on it, they'd have to clean it up and stuff like that. Or my dad would call their dad and say, like, "Hey, sort this out."
Yeah.
But yeah, most people were really good. It used to come in like a silver metal box with all styrofoam and stuff. So I used to put it in there with the game, and you'd always get Mario and Duck Hunt with it. And when I got the Super Nintendo, we used to rent that out. Now and then I had to leave for finish high school and stuff. You used to get Super Mario World with it as the game. But, I mean, $20 in like '87. That was a lot. That was pretty good money.
Yeah,
we make it. Because I can remember in '87, I go, I'm dating myself. You go to the store with $1, you could get a can of pop, a potato bag of chips, and a chocolate bar, and still have 10-20 cents left over for penny candies. Like, it was so cheap. And I lived in an expensive part of Canada, like remote part of Canada, right? So, but yeah, it was good times.
Yeah, Lord Arse with this question here. I think we were talking about that a little bit before. But I think now is a better time than it's probably ever been for something like a Microsoft deal to come around.
Well, the fact that they're, like I said, you got to check it. If you got an Xbox, go check out the Game Pass. They got that retro package. They partner with Anstream, so they're obviously looking to do stuff with their IPs.
Yeah. So,
their computer version of MechWarrior 1, 2, and 3 is on there for like.
Oh, that's cool.
The MS-DOS versions of
the original. Oh man, original MechWarrior was awesome. I love playing that game.
Yeah. Oh, Jason, yeah, I've done that so many times.
yeah. There was tons of great games back in the day. The art is so awesome, and you're like, "Who?"
That's every Atari game ever known to man. You put it in, like, in, like, oh my god, this art's awesome, and you get in, it's like a square.
Well, I mean, that's how.
Classic.
I mean, the art on these Atari games is why we have books like this now.
Yes.
Oh yeah. But Adventure, tell me you didn't think Adventure was going to be the most amazing experience of your life, and you play as a block.
To be honest, I played the game before I even saw the box art, so that was kind of spoiled on me. So I knew what it was before.
But you know what I loved about it is, like, even though you're playing as like a square pixel or something like that, or a very like kind of really general little object or whatever, the box art let your mind go to where, it's like I'm playing in this world, but this is how I'm interacting with it.
Yeah. So very cool stuff.
Oh yeah, shoot, I got to get ready to go.
Yeah, I was figuring, like, it's about that time. We hit the nice hour. Hour mark. Anyone got any final thoughts, plugs, stuff you want to say on the channels before we head up?
After about a week off of making videos because I was on holidays, I got a couple of videos up. I've got some a Switch 2 upgrade video up that's people seem to be enjoying. I played a really cheap game called Warhammer Speed Freaks that I'm pretty much addicted to now on the Steam Deck. That's up. And
what type of game is that?
It's a racing battler game. It was like $20, and it's super it is super fun, and it's a combat battler, and it's $20. Called Speed Freaks. It's really fun. And then I put up a video for channel members. I got a brand new PlayStation modded toy, so I did a video about that for the channel members. So,
your members videos eventually become available for everyone, right?
No, they're exclusive, always 100% exclusive to channel members, because that's the main perk. It's like they get all my retro content and a lot of just interesting, weird stuff that I do, like in gaming, that doesn't make sense in the main channel.
Nice.
The one thing I noticed is that I didn't think that YouTube would advertise members-only videos to non-members, but apparently it does. If it's something they didn't do in the past, it's something they do now. Because I'm clicking on videos and being like, "Oh, I can't watch this because I'm not a member."
Yeah,
which makes sense because how do you know what you're missing if you
exactly? So
Yep.
It's just a cool video, just talking about what I did to afford to be able to buy this very expensive mod for a PlayStation 2. So yeah, so I got that up on the channel, and yeah, I think I got another videos coming up soon. I guess depends on what I enjoy. But anyway, that's it for me.
Awesome. What about you, Crow?
Well, I do need to Zachary Pinball. They put out 2 tables last week. I actually filmed the videos for both of them, and I put out the one for what I can't remember what it was. It was Supersonic Deluxe. There was another one, Vampire, but I never edited that video because I decided I'm going to refilm it just because the day after I did the Supersonic one, I was having so much problem with the camera I was using. It kept freezing and everything. I was like, that's it. That's going over there. And I bought another camera, and I got it the next day. So I had already put out the Supersonic Deluxe video with an older camera that looked terrible. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm just going to redo that video because it's not going to be taking me that long to do. Now, obviously, I put out a video with explaining the whole project I'd been working on with and I got the Godzilla, but it was still in the box there. So as I'm kind of adding stuff, unboxing it, and I'm adding stuff to it, I've been filming stuff here and there. I'm probably not going to put that video out until I get all the mods that I'm planning on doing it in the near future, and I've ordered a bunch of them. So as I add things, I've 3D printed stuff that I'm going to be adding on there already. So I need to add that stuff. But like I printed this key fob for the keys, and it just says Godzilla on it. So I thought that was kind of funny.
Nice.
It's just stuff I was searching, and stuff would pop up, and like, oh, okay, let me try and print that out. But there's still other stuff that I had to order that there. And there's other stuff like there's these Pin Vision speakers that I want to get, but I'm going to wait till October to see if I could get them at a discount at the Pinball Expo, because I think if I were to buy those like straight up, I think it's somewhere between $500 and $600. But they look so awesome. Yeah, and I've already spent enough money on this right now. But I still need to. Did you ever look into that game, Pete? Pinball Breeze.
He didn't get back to me.
Oh, really? Okay. That's interesting because I still have to play that game and make a video on it because I said I would. But that was like three weeks ago, I think. And I played it for 10 minutes, but it's still based on what I played. Based on what I played, I don't think it's that expensive.
No, I'm just gonna buy it. That's something. If it's only got one user review, but I'm just gonna buy it because I kind of was waiting for you to play it, though, to tell me. But
well, I can tell you what it is. It's pretty interesting. You get these. It's not like a regular pinball game. You get all these really weird layouts,
and I like that, right?
And then you get extra elements that you could place anywhere you want, right? Pretty much. And basically, you try to position them in ways that you can reach the goals that you're assigned to.
I've added it to my wish list.
When you reach those goals, you can exit and then proceed on to the next level. So I've only played the first 2 levels, and I don't really know how many there are. There were features I thought I saw in their trailer, where you can say, "Oh, you can set up your own pinball machine and share it with other people," but I never saw that option in the game. So I don't know if I'm just imagining that or if it's just something that gets unlocked later on. But yeah, that's stuff I need to work on. But who knows, because I can't stop playing this thing. So anyway.
I've added it to my wish list. If it goes on sale, I'll pick it up. But yeah, I'm kind of intrigued by that. And
it's actually it should work on the Steam Deck. I haven't tried it on the Steam Deck yet, but they told me it worked fine on the Steam Deck.
Oh,
so
yeah, that's even better then. That's great. Yeah, I'll probably pick it up and we'll see how it goes. But
that's why I told you about it, because that's why I asked specifically about the Steam Deck, is because I knew that if it worked on the Steam Deck, you'd be more interested in it.
Yes, I will, 100%. I've got to go. Sorry, guys.
Great.
Anyway,
no worries, Pete.
Have a great weekend.
Is somebody? Oh no, that's the. I was like, did he show up? And no, that's the video we played earlier.
Yeah.
All right, bye, guys.
All right, see you, Pete.
All right, bye.
That's awesome. So we've got some people to thank real quick before we go. Immortal Sojourn, thanks so much for gifting a Evercade Effect membership to the community. I see that it was Crypto Coffee that received the gift membership, which was awesome. Thank you to Phantom and Ballistic Coffee Boy and Ian and Jason for saying hello and goodbye and all that kind of stuff. And as far as if everyone else is here, what's going on over here on the bacon ice cream side of things? Well, we've got all sorts of crazy cool things going on. Still catching up on Polymega, still catching up on Evercade. Got an interesting idea about Evercade related videos that'll be coming up real soon. And then GTC members know that I'm still on my quest for 90,000 gold in Magic the Gathering Arena. That video series will continue to be GTC exclusive and will continue on maybe even through the weekend. But as far as right now goes, there's lots of like cool family stuff coming up. So I'm going to roll. So with all that being said, Ballistic Coffee Boy also was gifted a membership over the last 2 days. Awesome. Well, thanks, community, because you guys are awesome. Ed will most likely be back for next show, because of course we're gonna be talking about the showcase and all of the cool things that happened. So
or the uncool things that
uncool things. Who knows? We will be happy or sad or mad.
I guarantee you, one of us will be mad. Guarantee about something.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Awesome. Yeah, you guys are the best. This community is awesome. And until next time, we'll catch you right here for the Evercast next week on Saturday, June. Is it June already? The 31st.
No, it'll still be May. It'll still be May.
It'll be May.
So
May
the last day of May it will be.
There you go. So we'll catch you then. See you guys.
Thanks, Crashline, Immortal Sojourn, Amber Cummings, Joe Whitlush, Alex Groot.